Grand Rising, good people. Oh, wait, nah. Hold up. Hold on. I'm back in Jersey, so I'm getting my bearings. Let me get my bearings. We're going to have a good show. We're going to talk about pleasure versus pain. I've been reading this book, The Art of Not Giving a, and we got to talk about it. It's a must. Hold on, I got to adjust this camera. I'll do it when the song goes off. What's the deal, people? What is the deal? I always feel like this is like sloping. I don't know. It is what it is. Actually, hold on. Is that better? There we go. It was a little off center. Grand Rising. Am I moving the wrong way, right way? I don't know. More than Mr. David. Grand Rising, Doug. Grand Rising, big bro. It's good to see you tapped in. You are appreciated. Make sure as you come in that you're liking. We need those algorithm likes. Please make sure that you're liking and make sure that you're sharing with a friend so that way we can have a better conversation. I swear, whenever I go back and forth between here and down in Florida, there's always like a little bit of a technical thing where it's like a little mishap here and there. But y'all know what we do. We build it as we go. That's what we do. We build it as we go. We got a lot to talk about today. To the point where we're going to have to tell Big Bro Ace that instead of the positive message of the day, we got more of like a realistic message of the day. I guess I'll put it at that. But we're going to talk about pain versus pleasure. We're going to talk about the power of pain. We're going to talk about what is pleasure. Why do we chase it? Can we ever catch it? All these different things that impact our mental state and impact whether or not we can get to these goals that we are chasing. Big Bro Tafari is in the building. Grand Rising, good people. All right, so let me bring my camera down. I didn't want to do it while the music was on because sometimes it turns the music off. Big Bro Tafari is in the building. And we're also going to talk. So we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. Hold on. Oh, we could talk about how to stop feminism. We could definitely talk about how to stop feminism. Big Bro just wrote how to stop feminism. I think, matter of fact, that's a great topic to talk about. If you have a particular video that triggered you or triggered the conversation, send it over. We'll talk about it because we got a bunch of stuff to get through. And we're going to talk about everything from pleasure versus pain. Does it make sense to buy a home? I got a little bit of a reading from The Art of Not Giving a. LeBron sat down at the national anthem. I don't know if y'all saw that. We got a bunch of different videos to catch up on. All right. So I don't even know where we're going to start. Yet. I do not even know where we are going to start. Hold on. Let me make sure that I caught up with the chat. How's that? Wait, no, don't do that. Yo, why on Instagram? Now you know how when you log out of something that you don't even log out, but they try to make you log back in. I don't know. We may have to log back into the Instagram. We'll see. Nope, we don't. We're good. I'm like, come on, don't make me do that. Don't make me do that on the live show. All right, so what do we got? What do we got? It's 40 minutes, 40-minute video clip. That sounds like a Friday night. That sounds like a Friday night episode. That sounds like a Friday night episode. And we were supposed to get a couple of y'all on here to talk about sports and the change in sports and how sports being glamorized has impacted, I would say, the skills and the lessons that we pull from it, just based on it being such a, how can I say, being showcased on the level that it's being showcased at. Now, I think there's definitely a lot of pros, but there are a lot of cons. But let's get into the reading. Let's get into the reading a little bit. Matter of fact, before the reading, maybe we'll watch a couple videos first. Maybe we'll watch a couple videos first, then get into the reading. But like I said, a matter of fact, there's something that Tafari sent me that I wanted to share with y'all. Maybe this is a good place to start. Let me share the screen so you guys can see it. But it was a quote from Bruce Lee. It's a quote from Bruce Lee. And hopefully you guys can see it on the screen. And hold on. And it says, instead of buying your children all the things you never had, you should teach them the things you were never taught. Material wears out, but knowledge stays. Something very simple. But I don't know why. I don't know why I saved this, or I don't know why. Well, shout out to Safari. Safari sent it to me. That's why I saved it. But it really stood out to me. It stood out to me because, to me, you can determine the success or lack of success of a culture based on this exact quote. Whether or not we teach our children the things that we were never taught, or if we try to buy them the things that we never had. And why do I think that this shows, or can be a telltale sign of whether or not a community, village, group is going to be successful or not? Hold on, there we go. I think it's a telltale sign for a bunch of different reasons. A bunch of different reasons. And for one, I think that most of the time, what's good, Ant? What's good, Ant? So, Ant, take a look at this quote. Let me know what y'all think. Instead of buying your children all the things you never had, you should teach them all the things you were never taught. Material wears out, but knowledge stays. If you're buying your kids the stuff that you never had, you're doing it a little bit for yourself. Now, there's nothing, in my opinion, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, so to say. Everything, obviously, in balance, I would say. But compared to the things that you were never taught, I think that is what gives people culture. That is what gives people a certain moral compass to live by. That's what gives kids foundational principles that they can take throughout the rest of their life. Now, when you look at the cultures that do this, I'm just going to be straightforward. The cultures that I run into that are very good with passing down knowledge, Jewish people, Indian people, certain Asian cultures that I interact with, and hold on. And even to a certain extent, like a very some Americans, I would say, like the very proud Americans that I know, I feel like they pass down, certain things, or certain, well, I don't even want to say if it's the proud ones, like the ones that wear like American flags and stuff on their heads and stuff. I don't know if it's them, but I don't know. I don't even know if American culture is more associated with that, but I do know that a lot of these other cultures that I just mentioned, they are very particular in passing down knowledge. For one, I told y'all before, when I did the Shabbat, with my Jewish brother Yoni, it was entirely based on no technology, interacting with your family, discussing lessons. We sat in a room where there wasn't even a TV. When we have our talks and stuff, there's just books. It's just a library of books, no TV. And it's just conversation and a bunch of just knowledge being exchanged back and forth. And it's from generation to generation. It's from generation to generation. And you realize that these people that become successful, they value the knowledge way more than any of the material things that they possess, or the material things that other quote unquote successful, wealthy, rich people possess. All right, so let me make sure I'm not catching that. So Ant wrote 100%. Ant, let me know what you wrote 100% to. My fault. I was a little bit behind and catching up with the chat. I know Tafari always telling me, yo, you reading my stuff out of context. Tafari wrote, hold on, there's a lot wrong with that. I don't, big bro, you gotta give me something. There's a lot wrong with what, baby? You gotta give me, you gotta explain it. But going back to these cultures, when I talk to my Indian friends, I see that everything that's passed down to where you never have to start over. You never have to start over. When I look at, let's just get specifically with the Black community and just America, let's talk specifically about the Black community. It seems like everybody's starting over every generation. It seems like we don't necessarily pass down the knowledge and set the bar higher, where you almost see in a lot of different ways. It's almost like you're setting the bar lower. And I would argue that the only way to set the bar higher is passed down through knowledge. Even if you give your kids material items that now they're used to, showing them what a wealthy lifestyle can bring us, all of these different things without knowledge, they're almost now in a more dangerous position than they were if they never even had those nice things. Because here you were, you spoiled them with nice things, but you never passed down the knowledge in order for them to continue receiving these nice things, showed them the work ethic that's required to go out and earn these nice things. If we don't teach the values behind things, the principles, the morals, the strategy, the plans, the discipline, the focus, if we don't teach all these things, and even if we give them a good life, it's even more detrimental. So you guys kind of get what I'm saying? Hold on, let me catch up with the chat. So Ant wrote, I am the result of buying kids things that my parents didn't have. It created a lot of habits I had to unlearn. I had to find ways to think, to learn things never taught: money, relationships, self-building, etc. I want to read that again. I am the result of buying kids I'm the result of buying kids things that my parents didn't have. It created a lot of habits I had to unlearn. I had to find ways to learn things never taught: money, relationships, and building. I think a lot of times we get confused as to what the trophy is, like what the real prize is, what we're passing down. The trophy, because it's so shiny and glamorized, is not the thing that we're holding up at the end of the championship when we win. That's not the real trophy. The trophy is all of the tools, the skills, the lessons, all of these things that we learned along the way that we now can take, package together, whatever it is, or not package together, but use it, to now elevate into different areas onto the next challenge. That's the prize. But for us, we look at the material items so much, and obviously with society, especially American Western culture, to me, it's even more. Not to say that they don't have it in other areas, but I feel like it's coupled with the knowledge. Here, it's just more glamorized as far as, oh, it don't matter. We don't care really how you got it. Just you got all those material things. Now you're a success. So we don't value the tools and the skills and the knowledge that goes into actually getting enough money to buy those toys, those material things. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Hold on, let me catch up. Ooh. Little sniffles. Tafari wrote, buying your kids shit just because you didn't have it. Don't live through your kids in that way. Teach them to be better than you, not spoiled, not more spoiled than you had. Okay, spoiled than you were. I think teach them to be better than you, not just spoiled. I get what you're saying. I agree. Because when you think about it, you see the same things in sports. This is the same thing in sports where you got kids that, the parents that are trying to live, vicariously through their kids. It's the same thing here. Don't live through your kids. And maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe, is it this? Maybe tell me this. When you feel a sense of entitlement or something that you're missing out to where you worked so hard, but you never got to see the rewards or enjoy the rewards in real time, now you feel like, oh, it's not just enough to just pass down what I learned to my kids. I actually need to show off some of the trophies and the hardware that I received based on my hard work. So we do that through our kids. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And whenever you're taken away from the value and the knowledge, you're always going to put your kids in a position to now maybe not even be as successful as you. Aunt wrote, my parents are very well off, and it translates to my kids and I in nice gifts. But me and my household is the result of starting from 20%. Would not disrespect my parents by saying 0. Yeah. It's you know what it reminds me of, Ant, that stat where they said that it's not a determinant, or it shouldn't be assumed, or they did some study where they showed that kids that come from, it may have been specific to Black kids, I believe it was, but in the Black community, when you come from a successful successful parents, you're not as likely to succeed. Like, it's not as much of a determinant for just success as it is with other cultures, to where it's like, oh, you set the bar high, you're successful, that your kids are going to be successful, then their kids are going to be more successful. It almost is like we're moving backwards. And it's similar to just going around that cycle, right? That hamster wheel, to where you go up, right? And then you go down, you go up and you go down. It's back to that same quote: the hard times create strong men create easy times create weak men. It's the same cycle. We got to figure out how to break that cycle. And the only way to break that cycle, in my opinion, is through knowledge. That's it. The only way to elevate in those particular areas is through knowledge. So this definitely stood out to me. Appreciate Big Bro sharing it. So now I want to get into, hold on, let me move this screen. And Tafari brought up a good point. That's because Black people spoil instead of teach. I agree. And I think that a lot of that is because it's a selfishness. Because I'm going to spoil you, but really only because it makes me feel that, hey, I'm spending this money on my kid. Look at my kid, the car that my kid's driving, all these type of things. We do it with our kids. We do it with in our relationships. We do it across the board. Grand Rising, Ja said, Grand Rising, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. Good to have you. Always a pleasure to see you. All right, so we're gonna get into this reading. If hold on, gotta catch up with gotta make sure that we get through all the chat. So Ant wrote, yes, I could see that stat being true. Honestly, any success I have attained was from my stubbornness and determination to make sure it was known I got it on my own. And I agree with T. Yeah. All right, so we on the same page. So as I told y'all before, I'm reading this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a. All right, and I came across, it's like 3 pages, but it's like the big font. So it's like one of those books that you enjoy reading because you feel like you're just getting through it so fast, but in all actuality, it's because there's just not that many pages or not as many words on the page. Hold on, let me get with Ja. Ant wrote, yes, Black people are enamored with the idea of their kids looking like money. We see it all the time. Like, bro, we don't even realize what we're doing. Ja said, then they hold it over the kid's head. I spent this, so I don't have that, blah, 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 blah. Very bad habits. It's a fact. It's bad habits. It just creates a bad cycle. It doesn't give any value. Hold on. Tafari, he wrote, morning to Ja, I'm going in with some smoke. You ready? All right. On that note, we get into the reading. We're gonna cool off that smoke a little bit. But this passage, I'll say, is called Choose Your Struggle. All right. Choose Your Struggle. Yo, it's definitely a good read, Ant. So I'm enjoying it. All right. So choose your struggle. Bear with me. Give me like a minute and a half to get through this. Choose your struggle. If I ask you, what do you want out of life? And you say something like, I want to be happy and have a great family and a job I like. Your response is so common and expected that it doesn't really mean anything. Everybody enjoys what feels good. Everyone wants to live a carefree, happy, and easy life, to fall in love and have amazing sex and relationships, to look perfect and make money and be popular and well-respected and admired, and a total baller to the point that people part like the Red Sea when they walk into the room. Everybody wants that. It's easy to want that. A more interesting question, a question that most people never consider, is what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Because that seems to be a greater determinant of how our lives turn out. For example, most people want to get the corner office and make a boatload of money, but not many people want to suffer through 60-hour work weeks, long commutes, obnoxious paperwork, and arbitrary corporate hierarchies to escape the confines of an infinite cubicle hell. Most people want to have great sex and an awesome relationship, but not everyone is willing to go through the tough conversations, the awkward silences, the hurt feelings, and the emotional psychodrama to get there. And so they settle. They settle and wonder, what if, for years and years, until the question morphs from what if into what else. And when the lawyers go home and the alimony check is in the mail, they say, what for? If not for their lowered standards and expectations 20 years prior, then what for? Because happiness requires struggle. It grows from problems. Joy doesn't just sprout out of the ground like daisies and rainbows. Real, serious, lifelong fulfillment and meaning have to be earned through the choosing and managing of our struggles. Whether you suffer from anxiety or loneliness or obsessive compulsive disorder or a dickhead boss who ruins half of your waking hours every day, the solution lies in the acceptance and active engagement of that negative experience, not the avoidance of it, not the salvation from it. People want an amazing physique, but you don't end up with one unless you legitimately appreciate the pain and physical stress that come with living inside a gym for hour upon hour, unless you love calculating and calibrating the food you eat, planning your life out in tiny plate-sized portions. People want to start their own business, but you don't end up a successful entrepreneur unless you find a way to appreciate the risk, the uncertainty, the repeated failures, the insane hours devoted to something that may earn absolutely nothing. People want a partner, a spouse, but you don't end up attracting someone amazing without appreciating the emotional turbulence that comes with weathering rejections, building the sexual tension that never gets released, and staring blankly at a phone that never rings. It's part of the game of love. You can't win if you don't play. What determines your success isn't what do you want to enjoy. The relevant question is, what pain do you want to sustain? The path to happiness is full of shit. It's a path full of shit heaps and shame. You have to choose something. You can't have a pain-free life. It can't all be roses and unicorns all the time. Pleasure is the easy question, and pretty much all of us have a similar answer. The more interesting question is the pain. What is the pain that you want to sustain? That's the hard question that matters, the question that will actually get you somewhere. It's the question that can change a perspective, a life. It's what makes me, me. It's what makes me, me, and you, you. It's what defines us and separates us and ultimately brings us together. Pleasure versus pain. Pleasure versus pain. When we talk about discipline, when we talk about focus, when we talk about hard work, when we talk about all these different things that factor into whether or not we'll become successful, it always boils down to pleasure versus pain. When you look at our society and we talk about everybody is selling us something, when we talk about they're always looking to tap to our emotions, people are always trying to leverage our fear with the hopes of selling us something pleasurable rather than having us lean into the pain that will actually produce the results that we say that we're looking for. People will use they will leverage our fear all the time. You see all the time, no matter what they're trying to sell us, whether they're trying to sell us medicine, whether they're trying to sell us a politician, whether they're trying to sell us food, whatever it may be, they're leveraging our fear and whatever insecurity that they think that we have in order to provide a pleasurable experience in one way or another. And the problem with that is we're getting gamed, we're getting fooled. It's all a finesse. It's all a finesse. When we think about any, I guess when you think about your greatest achievements, where did your greatest achievements come from? Like, what are the greatest movies? They don't write movies about people that just had regular lives, people that didn't really have any, they didn't suffer from anything. They didn't go through anything. They didn't have to overcome any odds. They didn't have to, walk up, climb that mountain, survive that valley. People that did not have to, they don't make movies about these type of people. However, when it comes to the ups and downs, this person was able to overcome this and that. That's how you become successful. That's how you learn certain things. That's how you get those values in ways that are gonna sit with you and stay with you longer, and you'll know how to use them. That's the whole point of sports, right? It's the whole point of sports. It teaches you through because you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. So when we learn these lessons, most of them come through a painful place. Whether, even if you win, think about it. Winning is pretty much, when you look at, I don't know whether it's boxing or most things, when people are pretty much evenly matched, it comes down to who's going to win, who was willing to go through more pain in order to prepare to perform when it's game time. When you look at Tom Brady, I'm positive was not a pleasurable person to be around. Tom Brady, like when you look at these type of people, they are people that embrace pain. And why do they embrace pain? Because they know what's on the other side of it. Because they know what's on the other side of it. All right, hold on. Ant wrote, side note, Tap need to move back to New Jersey. Tafari wrote, I will when Dak goes back to meet full time. Pause. I would take that up. I'd probably be lying, but I'd take that up. You feel me? There's some fake meat, maybe. Ant wrote, the story worth telling is one of triumph and success. Hey, yo. Ant gotta chill with this shit, man. Ant gotta chill with this. But y'all understand where I'm going. Y'all understand the point of all this. It's that we gotta embrace the pain in anything that we're looking to do. Anything, if the bigger the pleasure that we want, we have to understand that there's going to be a certain level of pain that you have to go through in order to get that prize. But isn't that how it should be? Because if it wasn't, then we would just be in a world of pleasure. And in a world of pleasure, there's no balance. There's no balance. And then I guess we would end up the same way that a lot of these kids end up, what Ant was talking about, when you're just spoiled and spoiled and spoiled, but you don't learn the lessons. See, the pain is the lessons. The pain are the values. All of these different things. If we don't embrace the pain, then we're just going to be a bunch of spoiled, entitled beings running around here with no knowledge, no care, out of shape, all these different things. It just is what it is. All right, so we spent enough time on that. All right, so I want to share this video with y'all and get y'all thoughts on it, because as I told y'all before, I was looking to get a crib with my folks, and I'm going back and forth on renting. I'm going back and forth on it. So what I did was pulled up a video, did some numbers. I want to share them with y'all, and y'all tell me what do y'all think is better. Like, I've been hearing a lot, especially with the interest rate so high. Some people say, like, yo, it doesn't matter. Do what you need to do to own a property, whatever that is, whatever you need to pay, buy it. Other people on the other end of the spectrum, they say rent, bro. Don't do any of that property unless you can pay for that property outright in cash, or unless you can pay for that property in a few years to where you're not accumulating all those interest payments, then you should rent. Two completely different schools of thought, but they both make very good arguments. I'm gonna acknowledge that they both make very good arguments. Ant wrote, have we ever wifed the chick that let you smash off the first night? No wifey gonna make you work for it. No, wifey gonna make you work for it. I've never smashed anybody off the first night, so I don't know what Ant is talking about. I don't involve myself in those type of situations. So, but based from afar, I do see that happen from time to time, Ant. I do see that happen with my friends in their experience. All right, Ant Ro, interest don't matter if it's an investment property and the finances monthly leave you in the green. So what about if you're living there, Ant? That would be my question. If you're living there, does it make sense for an investment property? Totally understand. Yeah, all comments don't need to be displayed on the screen. But for an investment property, you feel me, Mom? What type of man do they think that you and Pops raised? You heard? Oh, and by the way, yeah, make sure I gotta give y'all the heads up. My Uncle Dobie's receiving an award. My mom may not even be on the show today, and neither my dad, because they're down in DC. They're actually going to the White House today because my uncle is receiving an award. I'll give y'all some more information on that on Friday. Let y'all know exactly how it was. Maybe Mom could cam up and tell her story, tell her exactly how it was. Yeah, so it's definitely dope. So they're down in DC. They're gonna meet with Biden, tell Biden exactly what I feel about him and the Democrats. Hopefully give Kamala, a little bit of that energy as well. And yeah, neither here nor there. But back to the combo at hand. You see what I did there, Ant? You see how I pivoted that? Yeah. But back to the combo at hand. When it comes to the crib, if you're just looking to live there, I mean, technically you could call that an investment property, even if you're living there. But I think what we're talking about as far as investment property is you're buying it to have somebody else pay you rent, become your tenant, you be the landlord. Not talking about that situation. Does it make sense for us to buy where we actually lay our head? All right. Does it make sense? And let me share this video with y'all. And maybe that'll set the tone on the beginning of the conversation. So let's see what we got. We got my man Adam from PBD. All right, bro. Let us know what you think.
That ain't all that it's cracked up to be. Owning a house and buying a house and taking out a mortgage and taking on debt ain't all that it's cracked up to be. The Realtor Association of the world has done a great job of saying renting is throwing away money, because that's what the American dream was 50 years ago. Yeah. Buy a house, 2-car garage, picket fence, 2.2 kids. That's what the American dream is. The American dream today is economic freedom. Pick and choose wherever the hell you want to go. Keep it moving and stay flexible and keep your overhead low. So what people forget is that, all right, you know that if you're going to buy a place, first thing you're going to look at is the mortgage payment, right? So typically, I mean, the last 6 months, it's gone from 3% to 6%. That's double. I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure 3 to 6 is double. Good. But the three things that people forget about when they go to buy a house, and for those of us that have bought a house, they get it now. Those of us that have not, is what I call the big 3 expenses. That's your taxes, your maintenance, and your insurance. Those are 3 things you do not have to pay for if you're renting.
Well, here's some stunning breaking news in the college campuses.
Oh, yeah, we may talk about that, too. That UPenn, those presidents that we were talking about, I don't know if you see the screen right now, but the video that it's about to go into, the Penn president resigned after her testimony in Congress. So I guess we could tap into that follow-up from last show. But, all right, so getting back to it. So I put some numbers together, and I should have shared it on the screen. Can you share it on the screen? Hold on. Let's try. Let's see what we could do here. Hold on. Ad page, buying a home. Hold on. I'm gonna share. We're gonna go through this whole process on the screen. All right, let me see. Share window. I don't like when it automatically just throws my stuff on the screen, bro. You gotta let me check. All right, so y'all shouldn't be. Oh, you see all my raps here. You know I be in the booth. I don't know if y'all can peep over there. All right, so let's go through the whole process. Let's go through and hold on. Let me catch up with Ant. So Ant wrote, Or is it a single family? And for the home to be an investment property, it needs to be able to be purchased below market and then appraised with less investment. Need to give you some HELOC worth you see, ain't getting into all this. See, I don't even know. Hold on. Or a house that allows you, or a house that allows you to run a business out of it that puts you in the green. Then I consider whatever roof you under an investment property. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Let's go through the numbers. Let's go through the numbers. So as you can see on the screen, and let me see if I wish I could. Can I move this out? All right, there we go. So buying a home. Let's say the home is $500,000. $500,000. That's what we're purchasing the home for. And yo, come on, baby. I need you to make sure that I'm going through this process the right way. Hold on. We got to make this a little bigger. That good. All right. So $500K for a home. 500,000. Boom. Let me put the dollar sign. So this is the price of the home. So let's just say I just chose that number. It's an easy number. The price of the home is $500K. And let me make sure I'm keeping up with the too many big words. Watch your mouth. You feel me? Watch your mouth. Now I'm gonna take, because I don't understand what you're saying. I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Shout out to 40-year-old virgin. All right, so the price of the home is $500,000. So I put in this calculator that I have, and matter of fact, hold on, let me just put a calculator on the screen, right? Why not just put a calculator on the screen? All right, so let me see if I could pull that up as well. Oh, but you can only share. All right, it's not gonna matter because I can only share one. All right, so I brought this calculator, or didn't buy this calculator. I pulled it up, and it said I wanted to know how much. Let's say you buy a home for $500,000. Let's say it's a 30-year mortgage. Hold on, 30-year mortgage. So 30-year mortgage, boom. All right, so 30 years. So based on a 30-year mortgage, where you're paying down payment of 20%, and I did down payment of 20% for a reason, because I know that with the FHA and stuff, you can get even less. But obviously, when you pay less up front, that just means that you're paying more in the long run. So I'm doing this for a reason. Down payment 20%. So that means your down payment is going to be $100,000. See, I need the whiteboard. I should have pulled the whiteboard around. Next time I'm pulling the whiteboard around. And this font is too big. Hold on. Barely. All right, bet. All right, so your down payment is $100,000. That's what you're getting off. You're giving that out at the jump. Your down payment is $100,000. 30-year mortgage, $500,000, and let's use 6.5% when it comes to interest rate. All right. So based on these numbers, I think those are the numbers that I use. I use 6.5 for 30 years. Your interest that you're going to be paid. Hold on. These are the results. Let me put it in bold. Results. After 30 years. After 30-year mortgage. This is what you're paying. This is what you're paying. All right. So results after 30-year mortgage of what you're paying, of what you pay in total. Boom. What do you think your interest is going to be? I'm going to tell you right now. $510,000. Hold on. $510,177. That's just your interest. Now, what did he say in the video? He said that most people don't take into account taxes, property upkeep, and insurance, I think he said. Maintenance, property upkeep, maintenance, whatever. Taxes. Let's say on a $500,000 home, you're paying about $10,000 in taxes a year. So $10,000 per year, that's going to be per year is going to equal what, 30,000? I'm sorry, 300,000. My bad. Get your math together. 300,000 in addition that you're paying in taxes. And the taxes obviously are going to go up, but we'll just keep it, the same for this. So taxes, $10,000 a year. That's another $300,000. Property upkeep. I'm just going off this study that I saw. I think CNBC did it, whatever. They said that you spend about $6,000 per year right now on average for a home for maintenance if you own. So if that's $6,000 per year, that's going to be equal to 180,000 over those 30 years. So that's an additional. So these are what we're already paying. We got the 100 down payment, and then we're going to pay the home for 500. But what we're paying just in interest is going to be 510,000. Taxes going to be another 300,000. Property upkeep going to be another 180,000. And then I saw in Jersey, I think home insurance was $1,000 a year on average. So $1,000 a year equals another 30,000. Can somebody help me with the math here? Another 30,000. Can somebody help tally that up? The 510, 177, the 300,000, 180,000, and a 30,000. All right, so this is 810, 177. Then you go to 910, add 80, so that's 990. Then you should get to 990 plus 330. You're gonna get $1,020. So somebody give me the math. Give me the math. Somebody add that up. What did I get? Like $1,020,000. I think that's what I had. I don't know. Y'all, I need y'all to tell me. I just did it in my I just did it. Is that about right? Hold on, let me use my calculator. Y'all playing around. Let me use my calculator. I ain't doing this joint live on no show with y'all. 510, 177. 177 plus 300,000 plus 180,000 plus 30,000. Oh, y'all see, I did it. Yo, y'all see the math skills. Stop playing with me. Y'all see the math skills. Come on now. Like, I'm an educated man. You feel me? All right. So that's just, hold on. That doesn't count. Hold on. That's not the grand total. So the grand total, that's just the total outside of what you're going to spend in the 500,000 for the home. All right, so 1,520,177. Does it make sense to pay $1,520,177 for a home that we're paying that costs $500,000? I need to know. But what we also need to factor in. Hold on. Let me make sure that I'm keeping up. Yeah, 10. All right, so 10K. Hold on. So should the taxes be higher? Should I go 15 a year? I was trying to keep it low. All right, I'm gonna move it to $15,000 a year. So $15,000 a year. 15 times 30. That's gonna be $450. That's gonna move up to $450. So now we have to add another $150. So that's going to be $670, I believe. Does it make sense to pay this? And hold on, let me make sure I'm catching it. Queens wrote 10K in taxes. Where? That's how you know I'm never bought no house, man. I'm a renter. Doug, for right now, I'm a renter. Taxes are a lot higher than that in New York. Q, you think it's high or low? Maybe Staten Island. Shout out! I gotta actually go to Staten Island today, so I can't play with y'all for too much for too long. Basic edition. I'm an educated man. I'm an educated man. Basic edition. I'm an educated man. Wait, whoa! $35,000 per year. Doug said. No way. I don't believe that. $35,000 per year in taxes for a $500,000 house? No way. Hold on. All right, so obviously, and I'm saying no way, but obviously Doug knows. Doug is, I'm assuming speaking from experience. But does it make sense? Does it make sense? Staten Island is criminal. Why would anyone live there? People in Staten Island only like Staten Island. Yo, people in Staten Island. All right, so hold on. Let's look at this. Hold on. Let me look up average taxes in New York. Hold on. Average home tax, average property tax for a $500,000 home in New York. All right, let me look that up. Property tax calculator. Hold on. How much is property tax in New York? Hold on. And I'm assuming that it varies by county. Let me see if I could try to find something. Give me a zip code. All right, y'all gotta, I can't do all this. Somebody help me out. Hold on. So should I move that up to 20,000 or should I leave it at 15,000? That's all I need to know. Y'all tell me. I'm gonna blow my nose. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Should I move it up or is 15 realistic? Hey, Queez, 2.8. Queez said he pays 12 on 388. So we'll leave 15. We'll leave 15. But I want to highlight the fact that Queez got that 2.8% interest rate. Oh. Aunt Bro, funny thing here. Do we think you're buying a $500,000 house in the tri-state that you don't have to put money into off rip? See, that's it. All right, okay. All right, so 15K. Let's just leave it at 15. So is it worth for you guys? Look at the numbers again. Look at the number. Damn, Ant got the 2.8. Yo, where the 2.8's at? Yo, hold up. All right, so does it make sense based on what I'm highlighting on this screen right now? Does it make sense? Do y'all think? And then we have to take into account. So, okay. So this is what I did also. So for rent, so based on this mortgage, the rent was pretty much $3,000. Or I'm sorry, based on this mortgage layout, the monthly payment was $3,000. So what I did was I did $3,000. Now we're comparing it to renting. Hold on, let me compare it to renting. Compare to renting. So when we compare it to renting, based on those numbers that I gave y'all for a $500,000 home, even though technically, well, yeah, for a $500,000 home, for that same home, if you rented, let's just say the monthly payments where you'd be spending about $3,000. Hold on. Monthly payment, monthly rent, let's say $3,000. $3,000. So over that same span, $3,000, right? So we're going to do for a year. That means for a year, you're paying $36,000 times 30. So they're over 30 years. Hold on. 1,080. I'm sorry, 1,080,000. $1,080,000. So that means you have to make up for 1,670,177. 590. 177. That's what the difference would be. So you're over 30 years for a home. Let's say for a home, you're going to pay this 30,000. I mean, I'm sorry, you're going to pay the 1.670177. Rent over 30 years, you're going to pay $1,080,000. So this is going to be the difference. And rent is always going to go up. That's fair. Rent's always going to go up, but to keep it consistent, taxes are always going to go up too. Property upkeep, what you paying, property upkeep is going to go up, and insurance is going to go up. So I just wanted to leave it just for the example, but I definitely get what Queez is saying. Rent is definitely always going up. Rent is always going up. And yeah, this is the big question. You know, what are you doing with your home? For me, I was just trying to figure out, just for, you know, my personal situation, buying something with my parents. Now, obviously, you have something, but I don't want to make it about me. I don't even want to make it about me. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's a unique situation. But what I want to make it is about with the dream that they sell us on. That, you know, for people our age, you know, we're looking to buy homes, and I wanted to keep it in that type of range rather than to incorporate a bunch of other factors. So that's how I would look at it. Now the average person, so Ant wrote, I run 3 businesses out of my home, one of which I can never run out of my apartment. For the average person, they're not doing that. And I just want to kind of keep it just super simple. This is for the average person that, you know, you have your, you know, your career, you don't necessarily have a business on the side, but you just, you know, you're going through your career, boom. You and your wife maybe have your career, whatever. You and your husband, whatever it may be. So compared to renting, that means that you have to make up for this $590,000. Now, what I will say is that home for $500,000 that you bought in 30 years, I'm assuming that home would significantly go up. Now, it may not go up as significantly as it went up, let's say, if you moved into Miami 3-4 years ago compared to what it's going up to now, and then what it may go up to even more. That's unique. But just in an average town, city, state, I still assume that it's going to go up to a point where you're going to be able to make up for a lot of that 590. I could see you selling it at what, 750, $1 million, the least. Think about it. So I still do think that it makes sense to buy the home in this situation in some ways. Now, the other question that we got to ask is, and this may be the biggest question to really compare it, because we're not really using a true comparison in this way, because what we're not taking into account is with the rent in this situation right here. When we look at the rent, what did we do with that $100,000? That $100,000 that we put on a down payment, what would have happened if we put that $100,000 into a different vehicle? What if we just put it into the stocks? What does $100,000 turn into? Hold on. So let's say that it's just a 5% growth. Hold on. And this is where Queez and Ant, y'all need to help me on this. So this is what I'm looking to do. How much does $100,000 on average in the S&P turn into after 30 years? What will $100,000 be worth in investing in and is it the S&P in 30 years? Or what's the average growth? Hold on. Hold on. We may have an investment calculator. Hold on. All right. So we got an investment calculator. Hold on. All right. Boom. This is perfect. Hold on. Let me share the screen with y'all. Oh, we doing some building here. All right. Hold on. Where's the investment calculator? Hold on. All right, so we're gonna share. Does it show the screen? All right, bet. All right, so this is the investment calculator. So we're gonna say an initial investment of $100,000. And additional investment contributions, none. Frequency don't matter. 30 years. Expected rate of the return. All right, so we need to look up average rate of return on S&P 500. All right. What's the average rate? And my fault if y'all are writing it in the chat. Okay, so average return is 8 to 10% annually. All right, so let's do 9. Let's put 9 in the calculator. If we put 9 in the calculator, I don't even know what that's. Oh, whoa. I don't know. Bruh. Based on these numbers, it makes 0 sense to buy the crib. I'm not going to say it makes 0 sense. You're telling me that $100,000, if you put it into the S&P 500, instead of putting it into a house, that in 30 years, that $100,000 is going to be worth 1.3 million compared to, so compared, I can't even say, I'm kind of going back on it now. Hold on. So 1.3 million. Hold on. So going back to the numbers. All right. So let me go back to the other screen. So we'll just round. We're just going to use 1.3. Where's the other screen? There we go. All right. So now this difference is a little different. So now if we're renting with a $100,000 investment over 30 years in the S&P 500, that's going to equal, matter of fact, we put in the real numbers. 500, that's going to equal 1,300,000. What did I say? 326, 768. 326, 768. Why did it keep doing this, yo? My bad. Bruh, tighten up. All right. I don't know why I kept inputting that. All right. So then we got to add. So then we have to add, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't we have to add the 1.3 to the 590 to show the real difference? And let me know if I'm doing it wrong. 326, 768 plus 590, 177. I'm just going to look at the true difference. Hold on. Let me write true difference. The true difference, because this includes investment. Equals 1,916,945. 945. I don't know if that home is making up for that. I don't know if the home is making up for that. Hold on. Queez brought up a good point. Queez brought up I wouldn't put 20% down, LOL. So when I'm looking in Miami at these condos, this is more in comparison to what I'm doing. This is more a reflection of what I'm looking to do down in Florida. The homes looking for a condo like 500, somewhere there. If it's 500, right? If it's 500 and you don't put 20% down and you use a FHA and you only put 3% down, that means that you're going to be paying even more in interest over the length of that. Hold on. Let me just do it. So I got my calculator here. Hold on. Maybe I should pull this up. Hold on. Let me pull this up on the screen for y'all. Just so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Let me share this real quick. All right, let me share this with y'all. Who would have known we'd be doing this? Who would have known that we'd be doing this? But it's important. How much will, okay. All right, so we got it. All right, so we did $500,000 home. My fault, Mike. 500,000 down payment. Now we're changing the down payment to 3%. I don't even think it'll let you put 3%. Okay, so 3%. Long term, what do we have? What did we do? 6.5 we had for the last one? Yeah, 6.5. Interest rate. Do you see the interest that now is paid? It's 618,000. Now, but hold on, but now with the 618,000, if we're only paying 15, that does also mean that we can put 85 into the stocks now. So you can put 85 into the stock. So now it's like, ugh. So let's see what it would be putting 85 into the stocks over 30 years. Because now you only have to put, see, this complicates it. This complicates it because now if you put, hold on, if you put 85, let's say you put the down payment of just 15, the 3%, even though you're paying 100,000 more in interest over the 30 years, what you're doing is you're still now able to put the 85 into the stocks and you still get the 1.1 and you get the land. So, so I actually feel good about this. Why? Because I already told homie, like, yo, they got an FHA program down in Florida. So that's what I was looking at. Like, yo, I'm not putting all that money down. I need that cash. So hold on. So now I'm kind of thinking, and hold on. We got to break down these last numbers. All right. So now we're looking at, hold on. So now, hold on. Let me look at the screen, make sure. Because this will be the final test. So now this home with 3% down. I'm going to put it in red. Hold on. Let me change the font. Can I change the color? All right. So I'm going to change the font color to red for 3%. 3% down. So 3% down, that meant the numbers changed. So the numbers changed to what? It was 618,590. 618,590. 618,590. That was the interest. 618,590. Do. So hold on, let me actually put that here. So the interest that we now would be paying is 618. Let's say that we're keeping the taxes the same at 450. So everything else will be the same, but now the interest. So the only real difference is, hold on. So that interest is going to be, let me do the difference in interest. So we got 618,590 minus 510, 177. So it's a difference of 108, 413. So that's the difference. 108, 413. So that difference would factor into, we'd have to add 108,000 to this number. But your investment of 85,000 equals, what do we say? 1.1, 127,753. Oh yeah, what do we say? 127,753. Okay. So even though, so when we go down here and we look at this difference, this is a lot to consider, bro. This is a lot to consider. My brain is fried. I'm done, yo. I'm done. This is a lot to consider, yo. Also refinancing when drops. Yeah, you can refi and also take out a home equity loan and invest. But if you're also asking me what I do while spending your money, buy the parents a very nice multi and have the tenant vetted well regularly and have them pay the mortgage, take your mortgage payment, S&P. But nah, see me, I'm trying to live with my parents. Like I want to actually live with my parents. So that would be a little different for me. I know they wouldn't be with the multifamily. Like the multifamilies with me. And said I'm having way too much fun. I'm a nerd like myself. Too many big numbers. Yo, there's a lot of big numbers. And hold on. We're gonna end it here as far as this debate. But this is some numbers to just kind of look at. I gotta look at this. I gotta really process this. Because just looking at it, my feel is that it still makes sense to buy. And my feel is that it makes even more sense to buy with an investment property. But my feelings, in a perfect world for me, I would just have investment properties that I own, obviously, but then I would rent where I live. Why? Because I don't want to deal with all the maintenance stuff where I live. Let the building, let the people take care of that. I need it convenient. I need to be able to move around unless it's what Ant said, where for you to have a business, you need to own the home. Now you can still rent the home, but if you needed to own a home, me, ideally, I think I would like to rent a lot of properties. But then you got to also get into, well, if you're renting, if you own different properties where you live and you live in multiple places, you could always rent them, do the Airbnb. You know what the biggest factor that may be impacting my thoughts in all this is the fact that if the bank is willing to lend you the money, I automatically feel like they're trying to play me. Yo, think about it. If the bank is willing, if it's a good deal, if the bank thinks it's a good deal for the bank, automatically I think that it's a bad deal for me. That's just my cynicism in that area. Ant wrote, if your parents would rent, then they could share a beautiful 4-family or townhome. Buy some land and build on the land. Delaware, Queens know how I feel about Delaware, bro. I've been saying, I actually look up, I don't know if y'all do it, but they have a website that you could look up just where you can buy land. You don't even got to go there, like just a little app. You could just damn near like you buying stocks. You could just buy land. Don't hate me, Mrs. Caldwell, for the buying it. Nah. See, for me, the reason why I say I want to live with my parents, like I actually, like it's not even for financial things. Like I just want to be around like my parents. Like I just think that's dope. I think that will get me personally. I'm not saying everybody got to get back to it, but back to that kind of village mentality. That's what I would love to get to. Imagine like you just live on your own little village community, whatever, and you see your parents every day. You see your brother, you see your family like that to me is winning. That to me is winning. Ant wrote, be careful, convenience is the killer of your tendencies. The bank ain't trying to play you. They're just doing their job, but read everything and don't get played. I agree with that. Yeah, no. Yeah, see, it's not even out of convenience. Yeah, I'm not. It's. I don't think it to be totally honest. There may be a longer term convenience, but based on how we are raised, I don't think that most people would find it convenient to live with their parents. I don't. I think that it should be. I just think that that's just how we're meant to be. Like, I don't. Like, yeah, like, especially, what's so funny? We grow up in places where now we talk about community and what our community means to us. Oh, I love that neighborhood. I had such great neighbors. Shouldn't your neighbors just be your family? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be your blood family, but your people, your community, your village, whatever that is. Ant wrote, Delaware is the wilderness. Davari wrote, I want to live with my family too. That's just it's not even a convenience. Like that's just always, I told y'all, that's been the only wish that I ever had growing up for a birthday. I've had the same wish every birthday. And I always say it doesn't matter to me, but it's like, to have a big compound where all my family lives. That's it. That's been my one wish. Tendies is a slang term referring to gains or profits made on investments such as stock. See, Ant throwing out all these tendies. I'm thinking he's talking about like tendencies. I'm like, what the? All right, so word of the day is tendies. Tendies, that's what we looking for. Gains or profits made on investments. Them tendies, that's what we looking for. Tendies. I'm going to send you that 3-acre video again, bro. Send it to me again, bro. All Iceberg. The wilderness is not all bad. Yeah, no, I don't think nah. Doug, Queez didn't say the oh wait, upstate New York too. Oh, I missed that comment. Upstate New York too. But nah, that shit is the wilderness. Yo, I'll be totally honest with you. And Queez, we kind of had a discussion. I'm looking at off grid. I tell you what, the wilderness has never been so attractive. And I know I talk this from a place of somebody that has the, like, you know, we live in New Jersey, New York. I'm down in Miami. So it's like, it's easy to say, like, yeah, that wilderness, that grass looks greener on the other side. But now I'm telling you, I will go off grid. And I can't even say I'll disappear on y'all, but I will just be online. Like, I'll go off grid. Everything else is, come on now, we communicate here. There's really no reason. There's really no reason to be cooped up with a whole bunch of people in a city. When you really think about it, it sounds crazy. Like, yo, I'm gonna pay more to have less, to live in a smaller area that's more polluted, with more danger, more. I'm like, hold on, what? So, I don't know. But like I told you, I got to run out in a few. But I didn't even know that was gonna go that long. But I did want to share a couple videos with y'all. Is this the video that I wanted to share? Hold on, let me make sure. Nah, that's not it. Hold on, my fault. Let me go back to my notes. Hold on, let me make sure y'all ain't still seeing my screen. Hold up. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all ain't looking at my raps and stuff. You heard? Yeah, I do got this one video. This one video that I want to sell. There's a hero. Yo, there's a young man that's a hero that I had to share with y'all. There's something to say about standing up in times when even your leaders aren't guiding you right. So we're going to look at this video and then we're going to wrap it up. But we'll Friday, I believe I'll be able to stay on long. I don't know, but I'm getting booked up. You feel me? Let me stop. Hold on. Let me, all right. So let me share this video with y'all. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, let me make this video. And I'm smiling, but it's not funny. Bro, don't dap me. Don't try to dap me. None of that, bro. Look at this. His mother. That's the result of coaching. There's so many things happening in this video. But this is wild. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. I just wanted to shout out the young hero. Am I back on? My fault. I accidentally exited out. That was nobody's fault but me. My fault. I accidentally exited out. But yeah, the whole point of that video. Hold on. Am I back? Let me make sure I'm back. That actually, I can't even blame that on the service. I can't even blame that one on the service. That was just me. You know how they got the thing where you can go back. Like I accidentally went back with my mouse pad, whatever. But yeah, so that video, just wanted to shout out the young king, man. Because sometimes, yo, sometimes the followers, you know, the people that should be following somebody else, we got to take you know what I'm saying? We got to take the wheel. We got to make sure that we're the leaders. We got to stand on principles. We got to stand on our values. It's a shame that youngin had to see his moms like that. To me, that's disgusting. The fact that she's okay with it, the fact that nobody else in the room stepped in, but the kids stepped in, like that just is wild. It's wild. But and hold on. What did we write about Delaware? And chill, and we already in Delaware. Yeah, we already in Delaware. Queens fam already. That just goes to show you who's about that action, bro. I had been talking about Delaware, Queens parents talking about that. They moved. They said, "Nah, we out." They moved. So, I don't know, but yeah. So pretty much, I'm glad that we cut that video off. But I just wanted to recognize what a young king looks like. You know, a lot of times we're gonna be put in places where we may think that the people that we should be turning to for guidance are leading us in a positive way, but at a certain point we got to be like, nah, man, nah, this ain't looking right. This ain't looking good. I don't like where this leads to, and you got to put your foot down. So youngins shouldn't have to do that, but that's what happens where the fathers at. Where the fathers at? That's what happens. I mean, when youngin ain't got. I'm not even gonna say that that's what happens when a father's not around, but that's one of the things that can lead to a father not being around, where if a father was in the room, put it this way, if a man was in the room, that wouldn't have happened. Now I just want to so we're gonna hold up. So far, I was kind of feeling the same way, but I ain't saying how you said it. But so we're gonna ignore that that mom. Hold on. So we're gonna ignore that. Yeah, people. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it real, big bro. I actually thought, I'm like, well, maybe the video cut off, so they didn't really see it. So let me just kind of transition, you know, to the wrap up, you know. But it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. Y'all know. Y'all see the video. Everybody on here gonna see the video and know exactly what it is. But just a reminder, the ignorance that we're out here living in, the impact of our culture, and what it may have on us, and and more importantly, the position that it puts our younger generation in. So that's what I wanted to really pull away from that video. Hopefully it did. But let's get to these 30 seconds. It's Wednesday, halftime. Y'all know how we look at Wednesday. I want to circle back to the reading that we did with the subtle art of not giving an F. If you didn't hear the reading earlier, it was just talking about us always being infatuated with pleasure to the point where we're not learning the lessons and the skills that come along with going through pain. So the benefits of pain, and us, it's not realistic for us to want success. And we always ask the question of, you know, what is success to you? But in all actuality, that question may better serve us if we ask, you know, what type of pain are you willing to go through? You know, what pains, what pain are you willing to overcome? What are you willing to sacrifice? All these different things from a pain aspect. That's, if we focus on that, then to me, that'll lead us more to a successful place and a productive place. Hold on, let me make sure. No smoke, just come on down. Let's build a town. Bro, I'm so down with that. Ant wrote, if we need architectural services for that town, say less. And Tafari wrote, and that's why men today is worthless and women are even dumber. So far, we're gonna end it on that. We're gonna end it on that. Men are worthless. And as a result, can we say women are dumb? Yeah, we are. We may go down as the most ignorant. Yo, think about this. We may go down as the most ignorant group of people in humanity. We may go down as the most ignorant species of all time. This particular group right now. Why? Because we have the knowledge. An ant, I can't get mad at an ant, or I can't get mad at an insect or a brain that doesn't have the cognitive, or an animal that doesn't have a cognitive function that we do. We may go down as the most ignorant, unaccomplished, underwhelming. Yeah, we really may go down as the most disappointing species of all time right now. And on that note, we're going to take 30 seconds. Y'all see me getting my funk. We're going to take 30 seconds to envision the pain and embracing some of the pain things, the sacrifice, all these things that come with becoming successful. So 30 seconds, focus on what pain are you willing to go through? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to get to where you want to get to? 30 seconds. Let's go. And on that note, I would focus on it for the rest of the day and kind of change the perspective, because it could really change. Once we change our perspective, we could change our entire lives. So, all right, I got you, Queez. All right, I need that green I am hoodie. I got you. Tafari wrote, he didn't let me. What did I let you do, bro? Hold on. Tafari coming up on Friday. Big bro, real quick, before we go, you coming up on Friday? We need you, bro. Come on. Tafari coming up. I already said it. Yeah, y'all know what it is. We elevate on purpose, both from an intentional standpoint as well as doing what we're destined to do. You know, backing in, figuring out what our community needs, and then adding value in those particular areas, onward and upward, strength and honor. And y'all know what we do. We get to that big bag with integrity, of course. And with that, I'll see y'all on. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you like the video. Please make sure that you like before you leave. And share, just send the link out to a friend. Maybe they'll catch the replay. Send the link out to a friend. And if you're feeling really good, send it out to 2 friends. But even if you don't, really appreciate, love all y'all for tapping in. Trust me, it's appreciated. And I'll see y'all on Friday.